Hello and welcome to NPS Now, your source for news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner, and we're continuing our conversation with our valedictorians and salutatorians around Norfolk Public Schools. And today we have Maury High School's valedictorian, Francis Moore, and Maury High School salutatorian, George Ilogan. Welcome to NPS Now.
Thank you.
I'm happy to have you all here today, and congratulations in your new roles as valedictorian and salutatorian. Sounds like you know each other already from previous conversations. Yeah, but I want to know, how long have you all been in Norfolk Public Schools?
Well, I've been in NPS for 9 years. From K to second grade, I was in DoD schools in Japan, and then we moved here. So I've been in NPS ever since.
Oh, which schools here in Norfolk?
Larchmont Elementary, Blair Middle, and then Maury High School.
All right, how about you, George?
I've been with NPS ever since I moved to America, which is about 8 years ago. I attended Little Creek Elementary in 5th grade, the only year in 5th grade, and then the Academy of International Studies at Rosemont for middle school, and now Maury High School.
Wow. So how does it feel to be finally graduating from Norfolk Public Schools?
It feels really good. It's been a long haul to get here, and I'm glad we're here.
How do you feel about it, George?
I'm very, very excited, super excited. And but at the same time, I'm also nervous because, you know, I'm not really sure what's ahead of me. So.
Yes.
Now, how does it feel to be graduating the top of your class?
Unbelievable. When I got into Maury, I didn't think I'd be here, but now we're here singing next to each other. Like, it's cool.
I'm proud. I'm proud of us both.
Yeah.
Very proud.
Now, a question for you. You're valedictorian, you're salutatorian.
Yes.
Did you all know, was this a competition? Did you know each other beforehand?
We didn't know each other.
No. It only started because we've been in the top 2 for the past like 4 years.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
So
you're
we've
trying to
kind of
catch up.
had that, like,
Yeah.
we'll stay here.
Yeah,
we'll stay
kind
here.
So no competition, just
No.
this working together to
Yes.
stay the top of the class.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's true.
So what are your plans after graduation? Where do you plan to continue your education?
I'm going to be going to Carnegie Mellon University as a science and humanities scholar, so that's going to be really cool. I'm really excited for Pittsburgh.
Wonderful. What about you, George?
I'm attending the U.S. Naval Academy, United States Naval Academy, for the class of 2022. They're first sending me to a prep school up in Santa Barbara, California, called Northwestern Prep for the upcoming year. And then after that, plebe year.
Wonderful. Did you all receive any scholarships?
I know I was the Virginia Pilot Taste of India scholarship receiver for this year, so that was really cool to receive the check at the Ted Constant Center and be able have that experience. It was
Wow.
really
How much was it for?
$5,000.
Wonderful. And you, George?
I've received, well, because of the Naval Academy and as a USNA Foundation student, I've received like $500,000 something around, because they pay for all 4 years and everything else. So.
Wow, congratulations. Congratulations to you both. Yeah, how has Norfolk Public Schools prepared you all for life after high school?
For me, it's been like the real world. Like, I have to care about what I'm doing, and I have to show the effort and put in the work to do well. And I think that's a good lesson to learn, and I really think NPS has prepared me well with that.
I can say NPS, especially Maury, during high school, I feel like we've been given a really strong foundation for our future ahead, so I'm very much prepared.
Tell me about the courses and some of the experiences that you've had at Maury that's preparing you.
Well, I know we were both in the same English class with the same teacher, Ms. Kraszowski, for AP Lang, and it was really intense, kind of a do or die situation. And I mean, it was really fun because we got to actually experience a atmosphere where it was really intense. There were lots of deadlines, and we had to work really hard to get to them, and teamwork. And I feel like it's going to prepare me very well for college.
How about you, George?
I agree with her as well. We've both taken how many AP classes now?
Yeah.
I think maybe 11, 12 total.
Yeah.
And every single one of those AP classes were challenging. But they prepared us really well.
Now, were you all in the medical program at Maury High School?
I'm in a medical program, and I'm actually considered their valedictorian. So.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, 2 titles.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not in the med program. I never thought I was going to be a medical doctor. Now I don't think I'm going to be a medical doctor. So for me, going to Maury, I didn't see it as where I should be. I'm happy with my decision.
Wonderful. So what advice would you give underclassmen coming into Maury about life and education and being prepared for high school?
Do your work on time, because deadlines can pile up and you can get drowned in work, and that's not the funnest situation to be in at like 2 a.m. trying to do homework for a deadline that you could have been doing a couple weeks ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For me, like, just 2 things. My parents always tell me this: determination and optimism. You can literally turn anything impossible possible with determination and optimism. And maybe, I guess, surround yourself with people who are willing to encourage you and will support you all the way, like friends and family.
I want you all to share with our viewers and the community, just let them know about what your experiences were education-wise here in Norfolk Public Schools.
It was like having all these different perspectives. I wasn't in this protective little bubble where it was the same thing over and over. I felt like I was being exposed to so many different people and different experiences that if I had gone somewhere else, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy or even know.
When I moved here, I actually didn't know English very well, and so I had to learn that, like master it within a year, because, you know, starting middle school, like grades are starting to matter and stuff like that. But teachers, all the teachers were very helpful. Everybody was helpful. So that was, and it was difficult, but at the same time, it was easy as well.
Right. Wonderful. Well, I'm glad we had a chance to have you on the show. Congratulations to you both, and for you having 2 titles, a salutatorian and valedictorian. So good luck to you, and congratulations to you both.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
And we want you to stay tuned for more NPS Now. Welcome back to NPS Now. We have 2 more soon-to-be graduates of Norfolk Public Schools. We have the valedictorian from Norview High School, Alyssa Selhorst, and then also salutatorian Helen Decker. Welcome, ladies, to NPS Now.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and congratulations. Let's get excited. It's almost graduation time. Yes, from Norview High School. We're proud of you, and I'm glad to have you on the show. We're continuing a conversation with the other high school valedictorians and salutatorians. But first, I want to know from you, Alyssa, how long have you been in Norfolk Public Schools?
I've been in Norfolk Public Schools since pre-K. I've been in Norfolk for about as long as I can remember. So,
What schools did you attend?
I went to Ocean View Elementary School, and then I was in the Young Scholars Program at Ruffner Middle School, and now I'm at Norview, and I was in the LCSE program.
Wonderful. What about you?
I've only been in Norfolk Public Schools for 4 years, but great 4 years.
Yeah, great 4 years. Where were you before?
I was at the Williams School, and I went there for middle and elementary school.
So how does it feel to be graduating?
It's great.
She just sighed.
So good. I'm gonna have like time to sleep now. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
Really? So how does it really feel to be the top of your class, valedictorian and salutatorian?
It's definitely interesting because a lot of people that I don't really talk to, now they know that I'm valedictorian, so they're like, there's a valedictorian. And
So
I'm
you're
like,
popular now.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
Awesome. What about you as being salutatorian?
It's quite the honor, and it's pretty cool. It wasn't really anything that I was aiming to do, but it's a nice perk.
Yes, it is. And with these great honors, you're going to continue your academic career. So what do you plan to do next academically?
Well, I plan on attending Lee University, which is in Tennessee, and I'm thinking about majoring in biology with a pre-med focus, and then going on into medicine.
Okay. What do you plan to do?
Well, I'll be attending Virginia Tech, go Hokies. And I'm going into general engineering since you can't go into specific engineerings right away. But I'm considering computer science or maybe something with biology, which is, they don't really have engineering. They have biological systems, but I'm not sure if that's what I want to do yet, so I'll have to wait and see.
Now, Alyssa, did you receive any scholarships?
I received full tuition from Lee based on my SAT and ACT scores. I've also received $1,500 from Elizabeth River Crossings Foundation and a few others.
Great, great. How about you, Helen?
Let me think. I got the Women in STEM scholarship. I got that's with the governors, and that was really cool because they have a bunch of, it is an essay contest, so like, yay, can write well.
Yeah.
And then I also have I think it's like Thomas P. Thompson or something. I can't remember right now because I'm bad with names, but that was a really great honor. And then I'm currently waiting on some scholarships too,
Good.
I can't remember names now, so I can't remember all the scholarships.
Not a problem.
but,
So how
yeah.
has Norfolk Public Schools prepared you for life after high school, Alyssa?
Well, I really like that there were a lot of specialty programs throughout Norfolk Public Schools. I definitely felt good going into middle school in the Young Scholars program at Ruffner. That definitely tapped into my interests and like how I learn, because I feel like I learn differently from like, I guess, the general population. So I liked that I was kind of suited for kids like me that learn at a different pace and different style. And then further with high school, I felt like there were a lot of options for different paths I could take with programs, but yeah.
Helen, how has Norfolk Public Schools prepared you for life after high school?
Well, at Norview specifically, we have a bunch of leadership classes, so that's really good for learning how to talk publicly and stuff like that, and also some professional skills for different kind of stuff. Like we do mock interviews, and it's been really helpful in developing those skills.
Right, and so how has the courses, Alyssa, helped you with your experiences in Norfolk Public Schools?
Well, like she said, definitely the leadership classes. I was not very good at working with others on like group projects. If I was given the option to have a group or be alone, I would always choose to be alone because it just frustrated me to work with other people. But and I was a little bit of a perfectionist, but that definitely helped me overcome those issues, and like the mock interviews and stuff like that. That definitely helped prepare me for situations like this, where we're like having interviews and all that stuff.
You're doing well.
Thank you. And there were a lot of different like AP courses that were offered at Norview, and I really liked those because, like I said, they cater to like a different style of learning, and they help prepare you for the level of work you're going to have to do in college. And so now I feel like pretty prepared for that level.
And for you, Helen, what other courses helped you shape your experiences?
Well, actually, going back to what Alyssa said, so we're kind of like crisscrossing our answers, but the programs were incredibly helpful with just giving me the opportunity to explore my interest in STEM, because in middle school the schedules were very strict and you didn't really have a lot of wiggle room, at least in my experience. But going into high school, going into LCSC, I got to really explore different types of engineering, because there's like an intro to engineering class, and then there was also the North Star after school program, which is like a class that I took, and that was really cool because you go in and you come up with a STEM project and the teachers say, okay, that seems possible, go ahead and we'll support you. And so that kind of helped with independence, specifically in STEM. So I thought that was a really great opportunity that I got.
And you guys are almost out the door, so what advice would you give an underclassman coming into high school?
You know, I guess just don't care too much about like like one specific thing, I guess. Like, don't just hyper focus on academics or on sports or anything. Try to get a little bit of everything, because I'm not very athletic, so I was never on like field hockey or anything like that. But I was on Scholastic Bowl, and I really enjoyed that, and that kind of gave me an outlet. It was still like academic kind of, but it was outside of academics. And I also enjoyed music, and that was it was nice to like have different things to focus on and enjoy.
All right. What advice would you give them, Helen?
Really simple, don't procrastinate, because like everybody says don't procrastinate, and you always think, yeah, okay, don't procrastinate, all right, but like seriously, don't procrastinate, because it can get really bad really quick.
Right, so real quick, what do you want our viewers in the community to know about your education here in Norfolk Schools?
I really enjoyed my education in NPS. Like I said, it was very nice to have a lot of different programs to choose from for middle school and high school. We actually considered moving to Chesapeake, and we were looking at like if they offered the same kinds of programs, and they had a lot less options. Norfolk had a lot more options.
Wonderful.
So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. What about you, Helen?
I think that for education at Norfolk Public Schools, it's what you make it. So if you want to be super overachieving, you can do that. If you want to take easy classes, you can also do that. But there's also a lot of wiggle room for exploring what you're passionate about. So I know that I got into photography because of classes at NPS, which is something that I'm really passionate about. So yeah, it's what you make it.
Wow, congratulations, ladies. Graduation's coming soon as your valedictorian and as our salutatorian. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we want you to stay tuned for more NPS Now. Welcome back to NPS Now. We're with our final interviews of valedictorian and salutatorians that we've been featuring through Norfolk Public Schools NPS Now. With us today is Lake Taylor High School's valedictorian, Reese Reyes, and the salutatorian, Iman Akers. Welcome to NPS Now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have you. Like I said, you're the last group that we're covering, so we've got some great information about those graduates that are coming up. So, but first, how long have you been in Norfolk Public Schools, Reese?
I have been a member of Norfolk Public Schools for 12 years.
12 years. What schools did you attend?
I attended Easton Preschool, Fairlawn Elementary School, Lake Taylor Middle School, and now graduating from Lake Taylor High School.
So you started pre-K with us.
Yes.
Wow. How about you, Iman?
I've been in Norfolk Public Schools, aside from 1 year, ever since kindergarten. I started off at Parkdale, and then I went on to Larry Moore Elementary School, then Azalea Gardens Middle School, and now for 3 years I've been at Lake Taylor High School. I'm now graduating from there.
And this is interesting. I learned a little interesting fact about you, Reese. You have a twin.
I do, yes.
Who's graduating with you. So what's his name and what's his class rank?
His name is Noah Reyes, and he is 4th in the class.
4th in the class. Okay, I wonder what's he chasing behind you, Iman, trying to catch up with his brother. So do people say anything to you guys being top in the class?
Yes.
What do they say?
They're always like, wow, you and Noah, you guys are at the top of the class? That's crazy because you guys are twins.
So they were thinking he should be 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But congratulations, Iman.
Thank
You're
you.
number 2. So how does it finally feel to be graduating from high school?
It feels amazing to finally be graduating from high school. And I plan to go to Virginia Tech and pursue a career in architecture.
Awesome, awesome. So Iman, what does it feel like for you to be finally graduating from high school?
It's a relief, but it's an amazing feeling. I like it.
So where do you plan to attend college?
I plan to continue my education at TCC in a accelerated degree programs where I can jumpstart my career.
Awesome. Did you all receive any scholarships?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of scholarships did you get, Reese?
I got a scholarship from the Hampton Roads Community Foundation, and I also received the Lincoln Lane Scholarship Foundation.
Wow, that's great. What about you, Iman?
I was offered a full ride to Norfolk State. I received a $1,000 scholarship to J. Frank and Cello, and that's about it.
That is great. So I'm going to ask, how do you guys feel about being the top of your class? You being valedictorian and you being salutatorian.
I'm actually honored to have the privilege of being my school's valedictorian because my mom always stressed the importance of school, and I'm finally happy that it actually paid off.
Wow, wow. What about you?
It's an amazing feeling that I did not expect, but I'm honored to be able to represent my school as salutatorian.
So when did you know you were valedictorian?
Well, at the beginning of this school year, I had students come up to me and say, "Hi, valedictorian, how are you?" And I was just looking around like, "Am I the valedictorian?" And they were like, "Yeah, you're the valedictorian." I was like, "Wow."
Wow. What about you?
I found out at the end of first semester, our class sponsor, I was in her class, she walked up to me and she told me that I need to take my cap and gown pictures. And I was like, "For what?" I didn't plan on taking them. She was like, "Because they need it for the book." And I was like, "What book?" She was like, "You're salutatorian, you didn't know?" And I was like, "No, I did not
What
know."
a way to find out.
Right.
Both of you, someone in the hallway and then your class sponsor. That is awesome. So tell us, how has Norfolk Public Schools education-wise prepared you for life?
Norfolk Public Schools has prepared me for my life after high school by providing me with the necessary resources I needed for college. Like, they have an access advisor who helped me with my financial aid, and they also had a scholarship chair that gave me scholarships every week so I could fill it out and help with scholarship.
That's great. What about you, Iman?
The Norfolk Public School system, they taught me how important responsibility, time management, and communication skills are.
So tell me about some of the courses and experiences you had here in Norfolk Schools, Reese.
Throughout my high school career, I have taken both honors and AP courses to help me prepare myself for the workload of college.
I've taken both honors and AP courses as well, and I found that it strengthened my work ethic and it taught me things beyond my previous capacity.
So is there one particular course that just really stood out in your mind and your thoughts that really helped you in your experiences?
I would say my TCC dual enrollment course. It was a class that helped teach English composition, and it was a college level class. Let me tell you, the workload was insane, but throughout it, I was able to come through it, and I believe it helped me increase my knowledge.
Right. What about you, Iman?
I would have to say my hardest course would be AP US History, and we went through the whole textbook that whole year, and I had no sleep that school year, but it taught me time management. I had to get my stuff done.
Right, so time management taught you time management. So what advice would you give a underclassman coming into high school to be prepared academically?
I would say follow what you want to do and always believe in yourself. Don't let others persuade you otherwise, and always do your work. I can't stress it enough. Make sure you get your work done.
Make sure you get your work done. What about you, Iman?
I would say to set attainable goals and to always remain focused on your future.
What would you like the viewers who are going to be watching this show, I know it's scary, right? But who are going to be watching this show about your experience here in Norfolk Public Schools, the type of education you receive, what would you tell them?
I would like them to know that my education was a wonderful education. I always had teachers that would help me out when I needed it, and they would always make sure I knew the lesson before they continued on, and they were always there to help me.
I would like people to know that the Norfolk Public School system, they set me up for a very successful future with different options, and there were always those people that cared about you. Like he said, our teachers, they always pushed you to the next level.
Wow. Congratulations to you both and to your brother for being in the top 4. And see you at graduation.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We want to thank you for watching NPS Now. It airs weekly on WNPS Channel 47, or you can view us online at www.npsk12.com. If you have any great story ideas or information you'd like to share, email us at nps_news@npsk12.com. Again, we want to thank you for watching NPS Now.